Hey guys and girls, when I'm out running around hunting and fishing on a Sunday afternoon or traveling, it's just all but impossible for me to remember about a Sunday afternoon chat. And I know I've missed one or two here the last 3 or 4, it seems like. But I'm in Missouri right now. We actually got up early this morning and left and drove to Missouri. I'm up near La Plata, Missouri. We're going to do a little turkey hunting and fishing. I brought my tractor boat up here with me, and they were supposed to have a few lakes up here. It's got some real good crappie in it, so we're going to try to do some crappie fishing in the afternoon. It has been in Missouri that you had to quit hunting at 1 o'clock, but now somebody told me that you can hunt all day now. I don't know if that's true or not. I'll find that out before I get out there tomorrow, but we're going to be able to hunt a couple of days here in Missouri and then get back down home. We had the tornado hit on the Twin Eagle Ranch last night, and Chris and I were not there. Some of you might have seen the videos that I did while I was driving up here today. Sulphur, Oklahoma is just demolished. Sulphur is 10 miles north of us. It's where we go to church, midway between Sulphur and Davis, Oklahoma. Half of the town, at least, has just been destroyed. It's gone. It's just absolutely. We've got friends that's lost businesses up there and in homes, and those people need a lot of prayers and a lot of support. But that's what happens in Oklahoma. We do have a lot of people be praying. A lot of people will support them. I got a note from my buddy Joe Castiglione, athletic director at the University of Oklahoma, and he said, as soon as we find out what we can do for the people in Sulphur, we'll be down there helping. That's just what we do here at Oklahoma University, and I know that for a fact. And I've had calls and texts all day long from all over the United States, and I thank each of you for thinking of us and caring about for us. We were not there. I was at my daughter Sherry's house. I did go to Texas and turkey hunt Thursday and Friday with my buddy Craig Witt. We had a great turkey hunt down there, got some great video, and took a really nice big giant gobbler and let a smaller gobbler go that was a longbeard, but he just wasn't a big bird. He was a smaller bird, and beautiful video. You'll be able to see the video. We'll post it up here pretty soon. I think we may have put some of it up already. I'm not really sure. But anyway, Chris, I took her over to Sherry's, and so we were not at the ranch when that happened. But the tornadoes came right through the ranch, right by the house. We have a tornado shelter built in one of our boat buildings out there that is bolted to the concrete. The building could leave, and the tornado shelter would still be there. Apache went down and got in that, stayed in it till 4 a.m. this morning. 2 tornadoes came right by, real close to the house, and tore my boat dock up, our boat dock, our floating dock. I don't know if the deck is the deck boat dock. It's built on the poles. I don't know if that is tore up or not. It's the water's way up and it's over it, and I might run my electronics on my Texas Hunter feeder down there. I may have to get me some new electronics, or maybe even a new feeder. That feeder's been there for several years, but the floating boat dock looks like it's tore up pretty good. There did not have a boat in it. That's I keep one of my trackers in there, the Tracker 175. But I had taken it out, and it's actually in my boat building. The boat buildings are all fine. We had several trees get tore down around the house and all over the ranch, and none of those trees fell on the house, not a single one. Apache said it's amazing. They all fell away from the house. It didn't matter which side they were, they all fell away from the house. And he said just somebody was steering them away, and that's God just keeping them from falling on my house because we wasn't there. And so we got a lot of cleanup, a lot of work to do down there. The lake is flooded tremendously. The water is going over the emergency spillway and completely over my concrete spillway that you've seen. Hopefully it doesn't wash out around that. I don't think it will, but we'll see what happens. I haven't talked to Apache this evening, but we did look at the other lake, and it's come up some, but it's still not full. We got really, my preacher, Chopper McCartney, told me he had 6 inches of rain. We only got 2.9 there at the ranch, and that's quite a bit. We'd had 2-3 a couple of days ago, so that's over 5 inches this week, and hopefully the Big Canyon Lake will fill up also. But we just got to keep praying and thinking about those people in Sulphur. So many people lost their businesses. So many people lost their houses. And one fatality is all that I've heard of that's confirmed there. There's a few that they don't know. I don't think they've accounted for quite everybody yet, but most everybody's accounted for. And a couple other fatalities there in Oklahoma as well. Mill Creek, Dixon, all the little places all around us, just those tornadoes come sweeping through there. And Apache was in the tornado shelter, and he said it sounded like a freight train was coming down my driveway. And that's just how bad it was. And 2 of them came by, not just 1, but 2 of them. And we were watching them ourselves. Stayed up till 1:30 last night. I told Apache at 1:30, you don't go out of that tornado shelter until everything's completely gone. But I said, I'm going to sleep. I was up at Sherry's, and it didn't even start thundering, lightning, and raining up there till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I got up and left at 6 this morning. But it's just it's that time of the year. And you see all of these things happen in these tornadoes. And we sort of in Oklahoma have got used to them. And we respect them. We're not afraid of them. We get in safe places, and we have very few fatalities anymore because our weather forecasting is so great and the radar is so great that it pins those tornadoes down, and we know right exactly where they're going. And the people that's in the way are able to get in the tornado shelters or get in the basement or get someplace where they are safe, seek cover, and so everybody knows how to do that. But they're devastating as far as property loss. It's just amazing. And people, it's just like you put a bomb inside the houses and blew them up. That's just exactly what it looks like there in Sulphur, Oklahoma. And we just need to love on those people as much as we can. We need to pray for them as much as we can. And there's going to be a lot more. It's starting to sprinkle here. You look back behind me, it looks like we got some weather coming in here. I think they got 5 inches of rain here last night, and it's starting to rain on me right now as I'm speaking. And I don't know if I can get in the building or something over here. Got a bunch of my friends off over there. They got a turkey that they got this afternoon or this morning. I'm not sure when. But anyway, I'll just try to move that thing away from the where it's not raining. It's just sprinkling's all it's doing right now, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. But we had a great week. Other than that, like I said, we went to Texas and drove out there on a Wednesday, hunted Thursday and Friday, hunted Friday till 2:30. And Friday we heard 2 gobbles, and that's all. So it was a long day. We hunted from before daylight until 2:30, and then drove back home, and then went over to Chris's on Saturday. And so we missed the tornado, which is probably a pretty good deal that I wasn't there, because it's a scary thing. Apache said that all he was doing was praying the whole time he was in the tornado shelter, but he said he could hear things hitting that building, and limbs and brushes and things being thrown against the building when the tornadoes came by. And he said he was really scared. But thankfully, there was a lot of property tore up, a lot of houses, a lot of businesses, particularly in Sulphur, Oklahoma. A great little town that I've called home now for the last 21 years. And we still live on Lake Tenkiller. We still have a house there, and we consider that home as well. And only 3 places I've lived in my life, except when I was a baby and my dad was in the Air Force, and where I was born down in Texas. But I lived up there on the Oklahoma-Cleveland County line, Moore, Oklahoma, until I was a senior in high school, and Tahlequah until 21 years ago when we bought that place down at the ranch, and then down at the ranch. The only 3 places I live, and I could still consider all 3 of them home, especially Lake Tenkiller and obviously Twin Eagle Ranch. But I appreciate all of y'all that have checked in and commented and checked on us, and so many telephone calls and texts. We've been getting them all day long, and I've done my best to answer all of them. If I didn't get your text or your phone call, I appreciate you calling and checking on us. So many friends doing that. And we're just now getting into the tornado season in Oklahoma and Texas and all over the South. And Nebraska, they had a couple days ago, they had some terrible tornadoes up there. So we just need to all be careful. We need to all take cover when they tell us there's one of them twisters coming our way. We all need to make sure that we're right with God, because we never know when one of them bad boys is going to get us. And so we want to make sure that we're right with God. And guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one. We're gonna hunt up here for a couple of days. Hopefully we'll have you see some Missouri turkeys on video, and hopefully some Missouri crappie as well. And remember, I sure do love you.